I'm Kinsey, and this is Culture Journey. Today, I decided to tell you about my language journey. Now, it started a long time ago, and it's been a long journey. But I'm going to start from when I started this YouTube channel, and we can go back in time. Well, it's been a long journey, but I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to show you the mistakes I made and how I've progressed along the way, you know? And in order to do that, we are going to have to witness some flashbacks. Are you ready? I am. I'm not actually fluent in any languages other than English. Llamada Ixhuatl y ella a él. Así que él le pidió a su padre su mano wakada. Kana khasena wasayan. Walam yajara. A kha Shanghai le renmen si sing wo nu rong hu den himmel gewollt. Da kommet der Heilige Petrus mit dem Schlüssel, macht auf und lassen honiki karan va uspinahi saka wo kawa. So basically, I was learning a ton of languages. That was just a small number of them. Honestly, it got to be so many, I stopped counting after 20. I realize now how insane I was. I fell in love with every single language I ever saw or heard and wanted to learn them all. And you know what? I still do, but I've learned a lot. So, yeah. I think the real question is, what made this change in me? Why did I stop learning so many languages? I'm gonna be honest with you. It hurt. It was not easy. So, the real reason I stopped learning so many languages was because somebody made fun of me. That's gonna sound stupid, but you know what? Like, honestly, so many people were like, what? You're learning so many languages? You're so amazing. And they'd be like, say something in this language, say something in this language, and I would. And you know what? I knew things in a lot of languages, but I only know a few words in a lot of languages, if we're being honest, you know? And honestly, the more I learned of them, the more I was just memorizing vocabulary. And I was learning how to understand, like reading and some listening those languages, but I could not really produce that much by myself. I knew what I had memorized, but really that's what I was. And honestly, I'm not saying that it's impossible to learn a bunch of languages at one time. What I'm saying is at that point, I was doing it poorly. So do you understand? Honestly, so eventually it got to, like some people were like, amazing, you're doing great. But then there were a few of my friends that kind of made fun of me and like, ha ha ha, you can only say like one word in every language. And like, you barely know of any of anything, you're not really fluent in anything. And honestly, I knew I wasn't fluent, and it was just a joke. They weren't trying to hurt me. But the fact is, the joke did hurt. And honestly, the only reason jokes actually hurt is when they're true and you know it. Because if somebody said, haha, Kinsey's a lonely old cat lady, it's like, I'm not lonely, I'm not old, and I only have one cat. So that's not true, that's not gonna hurt me. But the fact is, I really didn't know that much of every language I was learning. And I guess it made me realize that I wanted to. And so then, in a few months, we were going to Mexico. And so I realized, like, I wanted to be ready. I wanted to be able to speak to my friends in Mexico. And so that's when I created my language plan. That was about a year ago now. March of 2021, I started that I started focusing. I chose 3 languages to study: Spanish, French, and Arabic. But honestly, I started only studying Spanish, and I really went deep, and I really tried hard. And honestly, I'm not going to say that my method was what made the difference, but if you are interested in my method, you can watch a bunch of different videos I made about language learning and my method. But ultimately, there's a lot of methods to learn a language. What you need to do is find the one for you, you know? And so, yeah, I just studied that for like months, and then we went to Mexico. And you know what? My Spanish wasn't great, but I was able to communicate on a decent level. Obviously, I couldn't say everything, but you know, we had translators. But like, ultimately what matters is I was able to make that connection. So yeah, I'm so happy about that. So honestly, have I made a ton of progress? I don't know. I feel like my Spanish has improved a lot. Like, honestly, I can just use it. I can use it and it makes me happy. I know I have a long ways to go, but I like to listen to music, videos. I can write songs in Spanish. I can read books, easy ones. And you know, like, I can talk to my friends and meet people. And honestly, I do want to keep improving it. So we are going to use another flashback and see if you can tell, and I can tell, how much my Spanish has improved. Vamos, van allá. Es un cinturón de cultura de México. Y sí, ¡vamos a México! That was Spanish. Are you ready for French now? Le français a influencé l'anglais. À cause du français, l'anglais a plus de mots. That was French. Are you ready for Arabic? اسمي كنزي. اسكن في تكساس. عمري 16. أنا أدرس عربي. So firm. That was interesting. I'm sure in the future all of it's just gonna look horrible. But you know, I made mistakes, I'm growing, and I'm gonna keep trying. That's what matters. Okay? So I want you to learn from this and improve. Right now, I'm trying to call myself bilingual. I'm trying to be confident in like my Spanish and stuff, you know? I want to be confident. But you know, there's still times when it's like, I don't know. I'm not confident, okay? I'm not claiming to be fluent in Spanish. Who knows what fluent really is? But I'm trying to be confident and improve my Spanish. French is still kind of like, sometimes I can understand it and sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can think in French and sometimes I can't. I still have ways to go, but I am making progress. I can. My French has gotten better, and I know that, and I just want to keep working on it. In Arabic, I feel like my foundation is getting better, and I feel like I'm getting close to being able to make more progress if I put a lot more time in. But honestly, I've been busy, and so hopefully this summer I'll have more time to put into it. And you know, I'm going to improve my Arabic. It's going to get better, okay? It's going to get better. Ultimately, the goal of this video is just to inspire you to keep going and don't give up. So, are you inspired? I hope so, because I don't care how you're going to do it. Just do it. Learn a language. Love it. Learn 5, learn 1, learn 100. I don't care. Just do what makes you happy and enjoy it. Like, do I think that learning 20 plus languages at the same time was a mistake? Yes. Also, that was me and I wasn't ready yet. Your story is your story and you go for it, okay? I hope to be a polyglot one day, and if that's your dream too, then go for it. We can do it together. I believe in us, okay? So let's go. If any of your friends are interested in languages, share this video with them to inspire them. And you know what? If any of y'all need any language advice, please tell me. I'm here to help y'all. That's my job. If you need any resources, tips, just someone to talk to and hear your story, I'm here, okay? And if you want to hear any more language tips and inspiring stories, please subscribe. And I will see y'all in my next video. Goodbye.